There's a moment most people remember clearly, even if they didn't understand it at the time. It's that quiet realization that hits you late at night or in the middle of a busy day. You think about how you're always the one people come to when they need help. You're the one who picks up the phone no matter what you're doing. You reply to messages instantly, even when you're exhausted. You rearrange your schedule, sacrifice your energy, and push your own needs aside because you don't want to let anyone down. You tell yourself this is what being a good person looks like. But then one day, you need something. Maybe it's support, maybe it's time, maybe it's just someone to listen. And suddenly the replies are slow. The excuses start rolling in. The people who always needed you are nowhere to be found. That's when the question sneaks into your mind, and it hurts more than you want to admit. Have you noticed how they disappear the moment you need something? That's the moment when the truth begins to surface. Because the hardest realization isn't that people took advantage of you. It's that, in their eyes, you weren't kind, you were convenient. And that stings. But here's the promise I want you to hold on to as you listen. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why people use you. And more importantly, the one shift that makes it stop almost immediately. Here's where things get uncomfortable. Because this truth goes against everything we're taught. People don't use you because they're evil, broken, or heartless. Most of them aren't sitting around plotting how to take advantage of you. They use you because human psychology works in a very predictable way. When something is easily accessible, when it's always available, and when it comes with no consequences, the brain starts to devalue it. This isn't about morality, it's about conditioning. If someone knows you'll always say yes, always show up, always forgive, and always understand, their mind quietly learns that your time and energy don't need to be earned. Think about that for a second. It's not that your generosity was invisible. It's that your generosity taught them they never had to earn you. And once that lesson sinks in, the dynamic changes. You stop being a person they respect, and you become a resource they use. This is why good people are used more than anyone else. There's a popular myth that being nice automatically earns you respect, loyalty, and appreciation. But real life doesn't work that way. Niceness without boundaries often sends the opposite message. Empathetic people, especially those who are emotionally intelligent and compassionate, trigger opportunistic behavior in others. Not because empathy is weakness, but because it signals safety. People feel they can push a little more, ask for a little extra, and take a little longer before giving anything back. And you let it happen, not because you're naive, but because you see the best in people. You give understanding to people who never stop to understand you. You excuse behavior that hurts you because you assume they're stressed, busy, or struggling. And slowly, quietly, the imbalance grows. The painful truth is this: the problem was never your heart. Your heart is one of your greatest strengths. The problem has always been your boundaries, or more accurately, the lack of them. What most people don't realize is that these dynamics don't appear overnight. You didn't wake up one day and decide to be used. You accidentally accepted a role over time. Without knowing it, you trained people how to treat you. Every time you said, "It's okay," when it really wasn't, you sent a signal. Every time you over-explained yourself instead of simply stating what you needed, you reinforced the idea that your needs were negotiable. Every unnecessary apology, every time you took responsibility for someone else's behavior, every time you made yourself smaller to keep the peace, it all added up. You became known as the reliable one, the dependable one, the one who never complains. And on the surface, that sounds like a compliment. But underneath it, there's a darker meaning. Reliable slowly turns into expected. Expected quietly turns into taken for granted. And before you realize it, reliable becomes expendable. Because if you're always there, people assume you always will be. This is where the real shift begins. and it's not what most people expect. The change that stops people from using you doesn't come from confrontation, anger, or dramatic speeches. It comes from one internal decision. You stop proving your value. You stop trying to earn respect by overgiving. You stop auditioning for a place in other people's lives. Here's the dark psychology most people never talk about. Value is assumed when access is limited. The moment your time, energy, and attention are no longer unlimited, people start to perceive them differently. When you stop chasing approval, people start questioning their position in your life. They wonder where they stand, and that uncertainty creates respect. This is why the line matters so much. Respect begins where desperation ends. As long as you're desperate to be liked, needed, or accepted, people sense it, even if they can't explain how. And desperation, no matter how well hidden, always lowers perceived value. Now, when you start pulling back, something interesting happens. And this part can be emotionally confusing if you're not prepared for it. Some people will get angry, not because you did something wrong, but because you changed the rules of the game. Some will guilt trip you, saying things like, "You've changed," or "You're not the same anymore." And some will simply disappear. At first, that hurts. It can feel like rejection or loss. But here's the reframe that changes everything. That's not loss, that's clarity. When people leave because you stop overgiving, they reveal exactly why they were there in the first place. And the psychological truth is simple. Those who benefited from your lack of boundaries will always resist your growth. Your growth threatens the comfort they found in your compliance. One of the most powerful tools you can use during this shift is surprisingly quiet. It's not a speech. It's not an argument. It's silence. Pausing before you respond. Not explaining yourself right away. Saying less instead of more. Silence makes manipulators uncomfortable because it removes the emotional cues they rely on. When you stop filling every gap with reassurance or justification, people are forced to confront their own expectations. And in that space, power shifts. You begin to realize something deeply freeing. You don't need to explain yourself to be worthy. You don't need to convince anyone of your value. The less you talk, the more intentional your words become. And intention is powerful. As this continues, something even deeper starts to change. Your identity shifts. You're no longer the person who feels used, drained, and resentful. But you also don't become cold, bitter, or closed off. That's a common fear, but it's not what happens when the change is healthy. You don't lose your kindness. You refine it. You become selective. You stop being available to everyone and start being valuable to yourself. And in that process, confidence quietly replaces people-pleasing. You no longer say yes out of fear. You say yes because you want to. And when you say no, you don't feel guilty. You feel grounded. At the end of the day, everything comes back to one simple reminder that's been true for centuries. People will treat you exactly how you allow them to. Not how you wish they would, not how you hope they might, but how you teach them to. And the moment you choose self-respect over approval, the entire game changes. So I want you to sit with this question for a moment, because it's not comfortable, but it's powerful. Who benefits when you keep saying yes? And if this kind of insight resonates with you, if you want to keep exploring these psychological shifts and learn how to protect your energy without losing yourself, make sure you visit the channel and watch more videos like this.